That's small compared to one.
So y'all are from Cheehaw?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me about this fella here. I guess it's a fella, or how do you tell?
Yes, sir.
Well, don't answer that question. But anyway.
This is Sheldon. He's our gopher tortoise.
Sheldon?
Yes, sir.
All right.
And they're not sure exactly on his age, but they estimate it to be about 20 years old.
Wow. How old do they live to be? Or
it varies, but I've heard of turtles living up to 100 years, just however long they can make it.
Depends on how many times they cross the road, I guess.
Yep.
What kind of food? What does he eat for food?
They'll eat greens like lettuce and some fruits and vegetables. And they're actually, these are the reptile of Georgia, they're the state reptile.
Oh, okay.
And they're actually protected because they're considered a keystone species, which is mainly because of their burrows. Because of the way they dig these burrows, when they leave them, or if they get taken over, other animals like rattlesnakes, foxes, things like that will actually live in the burrows.
So they're like sort of like the general contractor of the animal kingdom.
Pretty much.
They build the houses that others can live in. Mm-hmm. I got you.
So
and that's what the keystone thing means?
Well, it means that if these guys disappeared, that all the species who benefit from their burrows would be negatively affected.
They would be on their own to burrow. And I guess rattlesnakes don't burrow too well.
Not particularly.
Well, he seems like you would think he would have ducked his head back in as close as I'm getting to him. He seems very calm around people.
Yeah, he's pretty used to it. Is that
something he gets used to, they can learn?
Since he's in the education department, the people who work there kind of have to handle him pretty good bit. And then take him to shows like this and festivals and sometimes to schools and everything, so he's used to being around people.
It looks very calm, where if you pick one up off or any type of turtle, they usually, as soon as you pick them up, they go in their shell and it's hard to get them out. Well, that's Sheldon. What's this? Can you tell me a little bit about this on the table over here?
Yes, sir.
While you're also trying to hold Sheldon?
Well, we've got this skull right here is actually an alligator snapping turtle. So you can tell just from the head that he was quite a large animal. And they can get up to well over 100 pounds. And then in the middle is an American alligator. And that individual is probably close to 12, maybe 13 foot. And we actually have about 24 alligators at Cheehaw. The largest of which is Charlie, and he's about 13 foot. And we have another one that's just slightly smaller than him, but they're pretty close together. And then the next skull you have is a beaver. And you can tell most people recognize it through the teeth.
Through the teeth, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which they actually grind down whenever they're chewing on bits of wood and stuff. Otherwise, they would just continue to grow indefinitely. And then the wings we have over here, the larger wing is a great horned owl. And then the smaller wing is a screech owl, which is actually the same thing.
And we've got a living screech owl. And I think you said he isn't real friendly sometimes.
Yeah, he doesn't like to be pet by any means.
Get over here where I can get. We got some light coming in there. There you go. That's perfect.
He can stand to be held, of course, but he does not by any means like being pet. So we don't allow kids or visitors to pet him. But that is why we brought the other screech owl wing, so that we could allow kids to see what they feel like, because they are always really curious.
So you can't touch it?
No, we can't pet this guy. He's not real friendly.
His attack?
He would probably bite you. Yeah. He doesn't even like it when I touch him.
The evidence there is you are wearing a glove, I noticed. So
Absolutely.
That's an owl, right?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
thought they would be out in the daytime.
Not normally. This isn't a wild bird, though, so we just bring him out for programs.
He's adapted to a people schedule.
Yes. Hey.
How old is this one? Did you say? I didn't remember whether you said.
He's 7 years old.
7 years old. And what's the average life for one? Depends.
It varies between wild and captive.
Oh, okay.
Wild owls usually 4 to 5 years. In captivity, they can live up to 20 years.
Oh, okay.
Because they, have significantly less predators in the zoo than they
their
do
food
in
is
the
brought
wild.
to them.
Exactly.
They got it made.
A lot less stress, a lot less work on the body. You can probably tell right now this guy is molting. He's getting ready for winter. He's got almost a bald face. He's losing most of his feathers so that he can grow some new feathers in.
Oh, okay. That's why it looks a little bit ragged there.
He does, and I can turn him around and you can see if he doesn't turn his head too. He's losing some of his
if he was
collar.
getting his feathers up on his neck because I was taking his picture. Or...
No, he's normally beautiful, and you can still tell he still is.
He's beautiful. Oh yeah, he's beautiful now.
But you can really tell on his face and around his collar.
Yeah.
He's got his eye on this dog right now.
I forgot whether you said what they eat. What do y'all feed them?
In the zoo, normally they'll eat rats, mice, chicks, and quail. This guy, he's not flight trained. We'll just give his food to him and we'll let him have at it. With our flight trained birds, we normally make them work for it, fly back and forth.
If I could get one of these in the wild to live near my storage building, I wouldn't have to worry about rats and mice then, would I?
You would have a significantly reduced amount of mice.
Yeah.
You could also get some snakes for that. Obviously non-venomous snakes.
Would rather have the owl than the snakes. Y'all didn't bring any snakes this time.
I do. I have a snake back there.
Do you?
Yeah, we just don't have enough people to hold them all. We have a snake and we have an American alligator as well.
Are you going to be bringing him out or just?
Yeah, we had him out at first, and then we were going to give him a break, kind of, so they didn't get too much stress.
Well, if I'm around, I might try to catch that.
Absolutely.
Well, thank y'all for showing us what you have here.
No problem.
Are these two animals on? Y'all keep them to take them around, or are they out? If you were to go to Chi would you see them up there?
No, you wouldn't see them.
But
we don't have them out in the zoo. These animals actually belong to our education animal collection.
Oh, okay.
Which are animals that are used to being handled. We can pick up most of them, and it's a lot easier on them if they have. Some of them have been raised.
And used to us gawking at them and getting in their face with cameras and the like. Well, thank y'all very much for your time.
No problem.